Anytime I drop a fragrance video, I always get kind of the same comments. That's too much of an alcohol blast, or that smells too synthetic, or you shouldn't be putting any harsh chemicals on your skin. And I agree with some of those points, which is why I was really excited when Luxudor Oils reached out to collaborate with me. Now, full disclosure, this is a paid sponsorship, but they were very gracious in accommodating my non-negotiables. One, they couldn't have any input in the creative process of this video, and they couldn't approve it before I posted it. Two, I needed to be able to sit with the oils for a couple of weeks so that I can test their longevity, the performance, and the quality of the oils. And then three, I needed to be able to give my honest opinion, whether it was positive or negative. And they very quickly agreed, which tells me they highly believe in their product. Now, I say all this because I can't tell you how many companies reach out to me on a weekly basis to do a collaboration. I just had a company reach out to me to feature one of their watches on the channel. Now, I was familiar with the brand, but not the watch. So after doing some research, I found a few things. By and large, most of the reviews were positive, but they had a few negative ones that were a little concerning, like customer service not following up, or the quality or the durability of the watch itself. And when I brought this to their attention, they said they would only be willing to move forward if I guaranteed a positive review, which for me sent up a red flag. Now I take Luxodor on the other spectrum of that conversation, and when I gave them my non-negotiables, they very quickly said, make whatever video you want, we have confidence in our oils. And after sitting with these for a couple of weeks, I completely understand why they were not worried what I was gonna say in this video. Now a little bit about Luxudor Oils. They've been around since 2012. They focus on high quality Swiss oils. They have car diffusers, room spray scents, and hundreds of cologne fragrances for men, women, and unisex, and even some creations of their own. So they asked me to pick 10 fragrances that I was interested in trying. Now in a moment, I'm gonna go over everything that's in this kit, but let me discuss some of the oils that I ended up choosing. So you yourselves can go online and you can pick their 10-piece testing kit. And it comes in this beautiful packaging and presentation. Guys, if you have anyone in your life that is a fragrance buff like you and I, this is a great gift, or it's a great gift for yourself. And you can choose 10 different fragrances, and it's gonna be pure oil. And they come in this beautiful presentation and packaging. So when you open it up, they're sitting nestled real tight inside of there. And so you have a lot of options to choose from. You can do male, female, unisex. I got 7 for me, and I wanted my wife to try 3 of them herself. So I got things like Creed's Original Vetiver. I got Clive Christian's 1872 for men. I got Louis Vuitton's Lovers, which is one of my favorite scents. And I'm not gonna go into great detail of the accuracy of the clones. That's not what the point of the video is. What I want to discuss with you is the quality of these oils. Now, I did order one that is their version of Jazz Club because I have it here so that I can test the quality one-to-one with you guys here on this video. But I'm not going to go into great detail of the one-to-one for all the other ones because I've smelled them, but I don't have them here, so that's not going to be a fair comparison to share with you guys. But pick any 10 that you're interested in and they'll ship them to you. You'll get it within 4 to 6 days. And these 10, they're 10 10-milliliter bottles of fragrance, pure oil, for 90 bucks. So that's a great deal. When I go to the local market and I pick up one of the oils from one of the people selling it there, they always sell it to me for 15 to 20 bucks. So 9 bucks a bottle, that's a great deal. And I can tell you, comparing their oils to these, it's not comparable. These are much, much higher quality. So for $90, you can get this 10-piece kit. And again, great gift, beautiful presentation, or if you just want it for yourself. But let me pull out Jazz Club so we can kind of do a comparison together. So this is their version of Jazz Club, okay? And I have the original here. So this is Maison Margiela's replica Jazz Club. It's a 3.4 ounce bottle, EDT for 160 bucks. It's not cheap. It's not 400 bucks like Creed, but $160 for an EDT, it's a little pricey. It's a beautiful scent. It's one of my favorite scents for fall and winter, but it's a bit expensive for what you get. And the performance is just okay. So this being the pure oil. Now let's compare. Now I did this test earlier in the week because I wanted to see how it dried down over a few hours, and I'll share that outcome with you in just a moment. So let's spray Jazz Club here. And then I'm gonna take the roller of the pure oil of their Jazz Club here. You can already smell both. Now in all fairness, there's a little bit of an alcohol scent here, but that goes away very quickly. What you pick up very quickly with the original is going to be the rum and the vanilla. It's very sweet. And it kind of stays linear throughout the entire time of that fragrance. Where on this one, on their version, what I pick up more is gonna be the pink pepper. So you do get the DNA of the original Jazz Club, but there's a twist on it, which I don't mind. When I'm buying a cologne fragrance, I'm not looking for a one-to-one because that's nearly impossible. What I'm looking for is that scent give me the similar feeling and that response, but at a tenth of the price. That's what I'm looking for. Plus, I don't want to smell like everybody else in the room. And that's what happens is when you get these popular cologne fragrances, popular colognes, you smell like everyone else in the room. Whereas this, I have the DNA of Jazz Club, but it has a little bit of a spicier kick. Now, over time, like I told you, I did this a little bit earlier in the week. As it dries down, it becomes more and more closer to the original, but this one continues to evolve, whereas this one stays linear. Beautiful scent, I'm not knocking it for that, but you know what you're gonna get with this. With this one, it just keeps unfolding. And you do start getting the vanilla and you start getting the rum later, but it maintains more of a peppery kick. So if I'm gonna choose either one, I'm gonna choose this because it's a lot less expensive, but I like that it's a little bit different than the original. When I put this on, you may know I have Jazz Club, but even if you're familiar with this, you're gonna think this might be something different. So as far as the quality, this died down, and those of you that have this one know this goes away 5-6 hours. This oil, this pure oil lasted 8-9 hours. Now it became a skin scent at hours 6 and 7, but you can still smell it very easily. So great quality. I was very, very impressed, especially because I didn't roll a ton on this. So if you guys are interested in testing these out, 90 bucks, I would recommend you get some that you're never gonna purchase on your own, but get a couple that you might own or you're very familiar with so you can see firsthand what I'm talking about their quality. Now I can already picture in the comments, that's not a fair comparison. One's an EDT, one's a pure oil. And I agree with you, which is why I asked him to send me a fragrance making kit, which is another awesome feature about Luxudor Oils. If any of you guys are interested in starting one of your own fragrance lines, they're a great company to partner up with. They have worldwide shipping, no minimum order quantities. You can order a small batch or a large batch. Very fast shipping, 4 to 6 days. I got this entire box in about 4 days. So if you want to go down that road, I highly recommend these guys. And that's that I've tested all 10 of these. I spoke to this one so that I can give you guys a fair comparison, but very impressive oils. If you're the person who's trying to start your own brand, you're gonna be known as the guy who sells quality. So I highly recommend them. But what I told them, let me show you what's in the box now. I told them to send me a kit that I can make on my own so that I can show you, for someone who's never done this, how easy this is. Now they send you a video, an instructional video. The reason I didn't do this before, this is only one time. I can't pour the fragrance out and remix everything for you. So we're gonna do this together, and whatever we end up with, we're doing it together. It's kind of like a blind unboxing. Now, I did look into the box first because I wanted to see what I would be doing with you guys. So when you get this, you're gonna get some gloves because you're gonna wanna put some gloves on before you put any chemicals around your skin because it's gonna be alcohol. There's ethanol, it's their alcohol mix. Then you're gonna get this 10 milliliter pipette. This is what we're going to pull from the fragrance and from the alcohol into the bottle. Everything comes bubble wrapped. So when I got everything, nothing was moving around, everything was nice and secured, making sure that as you do your shipment, nothing breaks on you. Then we're gonna get this crimper. I'll show you what this is for in just a moment. Again, I haven't done this before, so this is gonna be live. They send you a video, so I kind of know what to do because I've watched that video over and over, knowing that I was gonna do this with you for the first time. Then we're gonna get the alcohol, their ethanol, which is the alcohol mix. I asked them to send me their version of Louis Vuitton Symphony, which is one of my favorite fragrances, but I'm not gonna drop 400 bucks. Now, I'm not a fan of Louis Vuitton's clothing, their bags. It just seems like you're trying to scream how much money you spent on an item, but they make some great fragrances. The problem is, a lot of the fragrances aren't great performers. Now, Symphony is a very citrus-forward fragrance, bergamot, grapefruit, and ginger, but very pricey. So this is their version. It's called Symphonic, a Symphony. This is a 50 milliliter bottle of the oil. All right, then we're gonna get a 100 milliliter bottle, a glass bottle, that we're gonna pour the fragrance into. Then we get You also get 2 smaller pipettes. I won't really be using those, I don't think, but we'll see. Then we get your atomizer. They told me it's not pressurized, and then a cap, right? That's everything that's in the box. Making sure I'm not missing anything. Let me make some room so we can do all this together. So now let's open the ethanol first. Again, we're doing this live and together. So I did unseal the fragrance because I wanted to smell it, but I didn't open the packet completely. Now there's one more little piece here that we're gonna have to also pop off. There we go. So that was a little snug, so be careful guys. Again, you're gonna wanna have the gloves on. Yeah, straight up alcohol. So be careful with that. We gotta do the same thing now with the oil. Now I had already unsealed it, but as you can see, I haven't taken that secure cap off yet. But even through that, without even opening this, you can smell symphony in there. So it's very good. Let me clean this up just a little bit, but probably put goggles on, huh? They do send you some information for your PPE, your personal protective equipment. There we go. Oh man, it smells great. Yep, a symphony. Very good. So we have that open. So let me make some room and get some of this out of the way. One second, my assistant here, my wife, she's afraid I'm gonna get ethanol all over me. Okay. It calls for 30 milliliters or 30% of oil. So since this is a 10 milliliter pipette, we're gonna do this 3 times. I won't torture you guys of having you watch me do this 10 times. I'll fast forward a lot of this, but this so you can see how you're supposed to get started. So you want this to get up to 10, and this is the oil. So I'm gonna do that 2 more times. So that's the 3rd one. So again, this is the equivalent of a parfum. Guys, whatever we end up with here, this is live. I didn't get a chance to do this before because I can't recreate this process. So now the ethanol, we have to do this 7 times. There you go, 7 times. You're lucky you didn't have to sit through all that. That took a while. So let me seal this up. Now we're gonna take the atomizer, and we're just gonna rest it here. Then this is where this crimper comes in. So we're gonna apply a sufficient amount of pressure, but not too much where we break anything. This is the part that I'm nervous about. I watched the video over and over to make sure I did this right because I didn't want to break anything. But there we go. Cool. So now we need to mix this up. Now shake this completely as much as possible. This is initiating the maceration process. Now ideally, once you're done with this, you would let this sit in a cool room for 2 to 3 days, but we don't have that kind of time. What I will do though, in about 3 weeks to a month, I'll make a short and a link to this video of how it macerated, how it started to mature. That way to give you guys an honest review of what it was like later. But for now, okay. Oh man, let me take this off because now I need to roll up my sleeves so that I can spray some of this on me now. In air, it smells amazing. You get the citrus of that grapefruit, and it's more, you smell more of the grapefruit and for sure the ginger. Man, hold on. It's not a bad atomizer. It's not pressurized, but it's not bad. I've had this thing, this is the replica, the Mesa Mangelas Jazz Club, for over a year. And so I'm sure it's macerated. I'm sure it's taken its time to do what it needs to do. And I could tell you that the initial alcohol blast was about the same on a brand new one. So I can't imagine what this is gonna be like when I let this macerate. It smells amazing. This is really good. I'm gonna leave my sleeve rolled up so my wife can smell this, but Guys, this was from a complete novice. I've never done this before. And I was a little nervous because I was afraid of breaking something because it's not like I can replace it or start from scratch. But once you do this a few times, guys, if you want to get into the fragrance making business, this is a perfect company to partner up with. I highly recommend them. I'm so glad that I said yes. If you guys are interested in starting your own line, or if you just want to go down the road of making a little testing kit that you want to give for yourself or as a gift, highly recommend these guys. Let me know if any of you have any experience that you've dealt with Luxodor yourselves. But for me, A+, highly recommend them. Thanks again for watching this video, for letting me do this with you guys together. And as always, thanks again and see you in the next one.